The African Development Bank's annual meetings in India come to a close today. 3,000 business leaders and several heads of state from more than 80 countries attended this event.
South Africa was represented by Deputy Finance Minister Sifiso Buthelezi. Hasina Kathrada spoke to the Deputy Minister about discussions at the meetings and South Africa's future relationship with the bank.
We've come to the closing of the African Development Bank annual general meetings here in Gandhinagar in the state of Gujarat in India, and South Africa has been represented by the Deputy Finance Minister Sifiso Buthelezi, who joins me now. Minister, thanks for joining us. What has been the greatest takeaway for you during this week?
Good morning. I think a very important thing for me is that the African Development Bank has started to prioritize certain things. For instance, they're talking about the need of infrastructure, the need to fit the population, the need to enhance intra-African trade. We stand at about 15% of intra-African trade. So, but it's very important then for us to improve on that. We need to prioritize certain things, and infrastructure has come up as one of those things. But if the main thing there for me is that it's very important to prioritize. You know that we've got so many needs, so many wants, but we've got limited resources. So we need to identify those things which are going to have the biggest impact on the lives of our people, and in trying to stimulate economic growth at home.
Now, I know partnerships on an international level are significant, as we've seen this week here at these meetings. At home, what are the most important partnerships that we should be working on?
I must say that since our appointment, Minister Gaba and myself, we have been on the roadshow engaging private sector. We had meetings with the CEOs of the banks. Finance is very important, but we also had meetings with business leadership South Africa. We had meetings with BBC. We had meetings with BUSA. So it's very important, I'm talking about business, that we as government should continue creating conditions which are conducive for private sector to come in. As you would know, that it came up very strong here that it's very important to create certainty and policy certainty around certain things, and create a conducive climate for the private sector to come in. One thing that we are very clear as government is that the war against poverty, inequality and unemployment, the war against very low levels of economic growth, there is no way as government that will be able to win that without the private sector coming in, without the private sector putting their money there. Capital growth formation is very important. But also very important is the question of labor. That it's a very important part, it's very important stakeholder, because all of those things that we are talking about, if the labor doesn't buy in, it won't be able to proceed.
Dear